Hello everybody, it's Philly Sports here. Welcome back to another daily recap. Tonight we're going to discuss the Sixers game, but before we get into it, let's talk about how you can help with Philly Sports Era. First, you can subscribe to this channel. You can like this video, you can comment down below, you can head over to my Instagram and give that a follow, and you can also follow me on Twitter as well. Yes, the Sixers lost tonight, 121 to 105, to a Trailblazers team that did not have Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and Yusuf Nurkic, three other starting five. I don't know what happened tonight. I really don't know what happened. The Sixers, after every quarter, except for the third and the fourth. Actually, the Sixers were better in the fourth quarter. They were tied. This is a very even game through the first two quarters. So I was like, this game's going to come down to the wire. And then we totally just give up. We don't know what happened. We let them get easy shots. This is how important Ben Simmons is to this basketball team. You might say, or not you specifically watching this video, but the occasional anti-Ben Simmons. Like, oh, he doesn't score enough. Because that's not his game. Do we want him to score a lot of points? Of course. Everybody wants one of their players on their starting lineup to play and produce, a lot of points, but you're not going to get that every single night. He has turned it on the last couple games with the scoring, but I'm not expecting a lot from Simmons anymore on the scoring side. I just accepted that. If he wants to change that, if he wants to take his game to that other level, then so be it. But as of right now, we got to accept his game as just a defensive guy, passer, and that can put up about 15, 12 points a game. So, yeah, Joel Embiid, he's got to be the MVP, He probably could have had 50 points tonight if Simmons was in and we weren't losing by a big amount, because obviously he would have stayed in, but once the game started to slip away and Doc really just started to realize that we were tired, came off a back-to-back, they had to travel a couple hours up from North Carolina or South Carolina, I'm not sure where Charlotte is, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to totally excuse this loss, but we didn't have Simmons. Simmons plays a humongous role on this team. We are coming off back-to-backs. I really don't know what happened tonight. I really thought we were going to come in and take care of business at home. We have another home loss now. Just disappointing. These are the type of games that we need to win. It's still early in the year, but when we look back on the season, when we were like the third seed, we could say, oh, if we would have won that Trailblazers game, we could have this first seed, and we could take down an easier team in the first round. But no, instead, we get blown out by the Trailblazers, who don't have their top three players. So yeah, Joel Embiid, 31 points in the first half. Only scored 6 more points. Kind of disappointing there. Kind of hoped that Joel kind of had that same momentum he had, but he can't stay hot for that long. If he did, this probably could have had a different outcome if he had that same level in the first half, but he didn't bring it the second half. That's okay. Sometimes games aren't meant to win. The Sixers have a bad reputation of undervaluing opponents. We see that the Nets are the next on the schedule, so maybe we don't do full effort, and we just look onto the Nets game, and we kind of preserve our energy. But I don't like that. I don't. We have to respect every single team that comes into this building. They might be 11-9, I believe they were. Yes, they were 11-9 coming into this game. We have to respect that. They have 11 wins. You know, they might not have their best 3 players, but they still have NBA players on that team. You know, they still have decent players. They still have Anthony Simons. They still have Covington. They still have Enes Kanter, who had a great rebounding game. He finished the night with 18 rebounds and 17 points. Dang. So, Joel ends the game with 37 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. He has another 20-point half. People don't realize how impressive that is. Furkan Korkmaz had 13 points and 5 rebounds. Tobias Harris, 12 points and 11 rebounds and 5 assists. Wanted more from Tobias tonight because of Ben's absence. I just want to talk about Tobias real quick. Obviously not his best night. That's okay. That really is. But the fact that he is not on the list. I mean, I know it's fan votes, but the fact that he is not listed as going to the All-Star game is sickening. He's averaging 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, and he's in the 50-40-90 club. It's a popularity contest. Same with the Pro Bowl. Do I think that a couple players from this year's Pro Bowl should have made it? No. It's a shame. Tobias is probably having the best year of his career, and he's not going to get rewarded for it. I would love to see him in the All-Star game, but I just don't see it happening. I'm pretty sure that Simmons is going to make the All-Star team. Simmons and Embiid. Don't know how Simmons is going to make it. I mean, he's averaging, 12, 8, and 7. I mean, it's still pretty good. It's good, but it's not all-star level. Definitely not as good as his other years. His defense has taken a little step back. You know, he was the steal leader last year. Don't think he's in the top 5 this year. Just Ben Simmons really took his foot off the pedal. Or foot off the gas, I should say. Disappointing year from Simmons. But we're not going to talk about Simmons because Simmons was not in this game. We're going to talk about tonight's game. Danny Green only had 3 points. He had 5 rebounds. Seth Curry, I hate to say it, but similar with Scott Kingery on the Phillies, I really think COVID really got to Seth Curry. You know, he left the game, he was not feeling good. He got hit hard with a tough screen. Like, people undervalue what COVID could really do to you. And we're seeing this example with a couple Philly athletes. I think Neris had COVID, and his pitching was not that well. Scott Kingery, as we all know, he had his worst career year last year because he had COVID pretty bad. And now that Seth had COVID, he has another 0-point game. He was probably our biggest addition this offseason. And he is not performing how we want him to. Ever since he got COVID. Before he got COVID, he was a humongous addition to this team. One of the best 3-point shooters in the league, averaging about 15 points a game. Best year of his career. And then he gets COVID, and then he is not playing good. Oh, there we go. Matisse had 3 points. Matisse totally screwed up momentum. He had an open shot, missed it. Like, I can excuse an open shot, but this time he was wide open. You're in the NBA. You should be able to make a couple wide open shots. I don't care if you can shoot or not shoot threes. You're telling me that these guys don't shoot around pregame? You think they don't practice their three-pointers? So, Matisse, gotta work on that jump shot, buddy. It is looking scrappy. Shake had 12 points, 4 assists, 4 assists, right? 4 assists. Yep, 4 assists, and a rebound. Tyrese Maxey had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Pretty good game. Tyrese, 15. Dwight Howard, 2 points and 2 rebounds. Oh, Dwight, come on, dude. Isaiah Joe had 6 points. I think he had 2 3-pointers. Please, please give Isaiah Joe minutes. This guy could be so good. All you gotta do is give him minutes. Give him minutes and could drop 10 a game off the bench. You need Isaiah Joe. Tony Bradley had 2 points. So, obviously, disappointing loss. On to the next one in this situation. Just don't want to talk about it that much. So yeah, we have the Brooklyn Nets coming up. That's going to be a huge game. You should expect everyone to be back healthy. Ben should be back. He was probable before tonight's game. Probable, most likely to play, but I guess they saw that all these Trailblazer players are out, so they just let him just sit. Didn't pan out. Sixers really missed Ben Simmons tonight. As you can see, the assist numbers are very low. Very, very low. That was probably the biggest problem. Everyone kind of just looked to make their own shot. You know, we made it down court, made one pass, and that was it. So Ben really facilitates the floor so well. He averages multiple assists a game. So, disappointing, to say the least. So yeah, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe and peace out.